Hey, Emily, if you can hear me, I'm going to send you the ability to use your audio. And let me know if you can speak. I just unmuted you. Hi, Emily, are you there?
Hi. Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, are you here for the Poynt sales training?
Yes, I am.
Okay, do you have anybody with you, or is it just you today?
It's just me, but I think other people are going to be joining remotely from their computers. We did have a room booked, but we got figured out.
Okay. Do you want me to give it a second, or want me just to record this and we can start?
Give me 1 second. Hey, can you hear me or no? We can just record it. Hello?
Feel free to go about on mute. This will take about 15 minutes. I'll record it, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
No problem. All right, so this is Joey Marzelli. I'm going to go through the Poynt sales training, a very high-level overview of what is Poynt, basically what are the capabilities of Poynt, and also how to sell Poynt in the marketplace today, different verticals, as well as learning a little bit more about the third-party applications and other wonderful, factors about Poynt. If you have any questions as I'm talking, there should be a questions tab. Just push that down, and then or chat. You can chat me or ask questions in either of those tabs as I'm going. And then I'll try to stop and take pauses and answer any questions on any of the specific slides that we'll be going over. All right, so first up, let's go through the hardware. We're going to go through Poynt HQ, which is like the online access that everyone gets, all the merchants get access to. And then there's also Poynt Mobile, which is basically the same thing. It's a reflection of Poynt HQ, but it's on your mobile device, your Android or your iPhone. We'll go through the new software bundles, kind of what is Poynt out of the box with the basic software, and then the advanced software packages. A little detail on some of the key features that are obviously moving the needle for a lot of these merchants and some of the things that they really enjoy. And then we'll talk about some of the most common third-party applications that are downloaded and paid for as third parties. And then again, feel free to chat and ask questions as we go along. So you're looking at two pieces of hardware. The Poynt P16 is on the left side, and that's a dual screen. And that's what when Poynt started, that's what a lot of merchants were utilizing before the Poynt 5 on the right came out, which is more of a handheld screen, kind of the size of like an iPhone 10. It's one screen. It does have the credit card. Basically, it has the ability to take EMV, credit card, NFC payments, Apple Pay, Android Pay. So both terminals can basically take all future types of payments. They are Bluetooth enabled. They run on Wi-Fi. And then you can you basically can buy a 3G enabled hardware device. So what that looks like is you have to get a SIM card. You apply it to the terminal, and then you can actually take 3G. Basically you can take payments over 3G. But if you're just using the terminal on the left side, you can also use Ethernet or Wi-Fi. Those are, that capability is available for you. So really kind of an all-in-one terminal on the left as well, because it does have an embedded printer. You can attach cash drawers, printers, and other hardware that we'll go over. But it's really nice that it has kind of the embedded printer, the screen, everything, out of the box, where the Poynt 5 is more for the micro merchant, maybe the food trucks, anyone who's, doing kind of a line buster or really trying to cut down a line. That's where we see a lot of the Poynt 5s being sold. But ultimately, again, just to go over, all over Wi-Fi, you can get 3G enabled terminals and take all payment types from EMV, chip and pin to the NFC, Apple Pay, Android Pay. Depending on the processor, it does take EBT. I believe Keithis does EBT payments. And then, depending on the processor as well, you can check to see, what kind of payments, are needed. There is this extended battery pack and a pack that has also a printer on it for the Poynt 5. Again, the Poynt P16 that was on the left side of the screen earlier, that had a printer embedded in it, and it had a dual screen, where if you want a longer battery or if you want to attach a printer to the Poynt 5, you have that ability to do that right here with these two extenders. I believe they're about $100 depending on the hardware company, but you can basically get those two extenders if you're maybe at a conference or a function where you need that Poynt 5 to last a little longer, and also be able to print not just on the terminal, but on the Poynt 5. This is the compatible hardware. If you're adding kitchen printers, receipt printers, cash drawers, I have a link here. I'll make sure you guys get the deck. But basically, you have the ability to, attach other hardware if it's a QSR, if it's a fast-paced environment, if it's a, retail or restaurant environment with a kitchen printer, you have the ability to attach those. And it's really straightforward through the settings, but just kind of wanted to call out that, merchants do use other pieces of hardware with the Poynt terminal, and that is very common. But a lot of the common cash drawers are also on there as well. So Poynt HQ, every merchant gets access to Poynt online. Depending on their package, if they're basic, advanced, or premium, they'll have access to different types of features, but want to go through kind of the basics, what everybody gets out of the box. And, what you have is basically real-time reports. You can see all your sales. You can do refunds. You can see trends. You can send someone an email receipt or an SMS receipt again. And again, this is all available to the merchants online. They can have different permissions. So if the owner, the admin wants to, see more than the manager or employee, you can do it by permissions. Terminal users is the users on the actual terminal. Web users is basically the users that you give capabilities to on the web. And then what's also nice about Poynt Mission Control from the reseller standpoint is you can actually go in there, see a reflection of their live environment, and actually make edits yourself. But with the sales reporting, it's pretty straightforward, by the day, by the week, by the month, different trends by credit card type. And then you can even do reports by employee. So if I'm logging in on the terminal with my 4-digit PIN, I can actually get a report by terminal employee, and not necessarily just by the location. But it is multi-location as well. You have the ability to do location A has 3 terminals. I want a report of all of their sales or just by terminal. So it's pretty straightforward and easy to navigate, right when you get in there. And then when you go down to the actual, terminal level, you're able to customize the screen depending on the package you have. You can actually make it so you can have your logo on the front screen, which is the customer checkout screen if it's the Poynt P16 and not the Poynt 5. But you have the ability to kind of edit your store information as well, edit what the receipts look like. All of that is done on the Poynt HQ, which is again easy to use. And that's where, if you look to the left, you'll see terminal users and web users. Again, terminal users are going to be on the terminal. Obviously, web users are going to be people who are managing your business on the web. And then you can build your catalog here, so you can actually do a bulk upload of your different items. You can build your catalog, your register on the actual Poynt terminal. The basic software comes with 75 items, and then you can pay for advanced packages past that, but you get the modifiers. You can add basically kind of pictures that are preloaded into the Poynt system, but it's really straightforward. I like that you can actually build the menu online. You don't have to, build it on the terminal with your hands, which can take a really long time. And then the bulk upload is really helpful for anyone who has a retail or restaurant environment that has a lot of items. They don't want to have to actually put each one in manually. So then there's a reflection of Poynt Mobile. That was Poynt HQ. Poynt Mobile is the same thing, but it's actually on your phone. So you just log in with the same credentials, depending on what web user you are, and your Android or your iPhone give you the same capabilities to kind of monitor your business. The reason I like talking about these two features, Poynt, HQ on the web and on mobile, is because that's a big driver for a lot of sales, that you can basically run your reports from home. So basically everything that you're seeing in Poynt HQ, you're going to see in Poynt Mobile. It's going to be mobile optimized, obviously, for your phone, but you can even do a keyed-in transaction on the Poynt Mobile. You can't do this yet on Poynt HQ. There'll be a virtual terminal coming out, but you can do a keyed-in transaction, which is basically a credit card not present, on Poynt Mobile away from your terminal. And then you can see the same trends, same reports, same customer information, all on the Poynt Mobile. And we'll go more into kind of what the loyalty looks like and a bunch of other features on there. But just kind of wanted to highlight, the importance of being able to get, all that capabilities from, again, Poynt HQ to Poynt Mobile. So something that's new is the software bundles. When you used to buy Poynt, you basically had all the software out of the box. Now we've kind of split it up into bundles. And those software bundles are going to help you kind of navigate your sale depending on the size of the merchant or the vertical of the merchant. But basic is free. You can have up to 5 device users, 75 items in the register with the modifiers. That's where you can do your discounts, taxes, tips, everything right there. It is, you can do tip adjust on the screen. And if you're on the Poynt 5, which is only one screen, you can just turn it around. You can have tip adjust, email receipt, SMS receipt. But as you get into the advanced, you can start actually kind of customizing what those receipts look like. There is virtual terminal coming out basically where you can do a keyed in transaction online. One thing in the basic that they kept there is multi-mid. So you have the ability to keep multi-mid. But as you can see in the advanced, you can put a logo on the digital receipts. You can do customer feedback and messaging. Advanced register, which means you have 575 items now and up to 15 device users. So a little bit more capabilities there. And then when you go into the actual premium, that's where you get loyalty. Loyalty is a feature we'll go over in a moment, but then you can have unlimited devices. Quickbooks integration starts with an advanced. You can get that on premium. And then you have invoicing on premium as well. So what you have there is the integrated invoicing is where you can email your customers an invoice right from Poynt HQ, and they can actually pay on their email, and just a great, obviously, feature that a lot of merchants utilize depending on their industry type. But let's go into the loyalty here in a moment. The digital receipts are great because you can customize what it looks like if they get a SMS, text receipt, an email receipt, or if they even print a receipt, you can have the logo right there on the printed receipt. And then the virtual terminal is pretty straightforward. You just go to the location online. Oops, sorry guys. Go to location online, go to the terminal, click virtual terminal, and you can just do the keyed in transaction right there. And then on the mobile side, you just see the little tab in the bottom right corner. You click on that, click on keyed in transaction, and you'll be able to do a transaction away from the credit card terminal. So that's the most important piece for a virtual terminal, of course, is doing a credit card transaction away from the hardware, which is helpful for someone maybe taking a catering order or taking an order away from, again, their business, or if they're at home. Invoicing is pretty straightforward. This is what the invoice looks like if you're the customer and you receive it. You can have a memo. You basically have a pay now button. They go in, they put in their credit card information. It'll probably be a keyed in rate, but you can send an invoice to any email right from the Poynt HQ, which is obviously super great and helpful. And then loyalty, this is pretty neat, where basically it tracks customer spend by their credit card. So they don't even have to sign up, but then when they sign up and they use that credit card, it'll show them how much spend they have, and they can, you can have it so you can set your rewards at, 10,000 points gets you a free sandwich or free drink, or 100 points, whatever, you want to do. You basically can see the value to the points. So it's $100 is maybe 100 points, whatever it is. You basically can set the value, set the price. It's pretty set and forget. Encourage your customers to sign up, because once they sign up, they'll actually see their spend. You'll see all your customer spend. You'll get your email list. You'll be able to basically take all their emails and information and export it, which is awesome. And then, what's coming soon is they'll have an email marketing platform built into it with some templates. That's going to be the next phase of this. But this first phase is available now, and you can use that. And then the Quickbooks integration is pretty set and forget. If they have Quickbooks online, they just go into their Poynt HQ, they click Quickbooks, and then they just log in. And then when you do a batch out, that report will just go over to Quickbooks every day. So again, once you've done that, you don't really have to do much more. But again, another premium feature, I believe it starts in the advanced bundle, and then it goes to premium, and you have the ability to do all that. So let's go over some of the Poynt third-party apps. As you guys know, it's an app market. Everything we've talked about so far comes with the native software of Poynt, was built by Poynt, the different packages, the basic, the advanced, premium. But there are these third-party apps that can help you depending on, again, the industry or the vertical. So the App Center is pretty straightforward. You'll see the apps on your Poynt HQ. You also see them right on the terminal. So what I'm showing you is the actual terminal screen. This is the terminal home screen. You'll see the apps button. You'll go in there. You'll see the different pricing information on the apps. And then there's different apps, depending on the MCC code, of the merchant. But there's some POS applications on the left there. eHopper is a really great one at the top. That's a good POS application if you want to, if you want to do something like a retail business with 40,000 locations, maybe somebody who has a little bit more of a QSR, order ahead, order online, gift cards already built in. eHopper starts around $40 a month and is a great solution there. There's eThor, which is a lightning bolt below eHopper. That's actually a Micros integration and Aloha integration with Poynt. So if your merchant has Micros 3700, they can actually use the Poynt terminal as the pay at the table solution, and then the EMV pays the table solution for their micro merchant. There's salon apps, there's business operation apps, productivity. You can actually order paper right from the terminal. Some accounting help. They have sales tax accounting, cash and tips we'll go over in a moment, but there are a whole bunch of applications that we can help you explore and help you learn about. Cash and tips is really helpful because it does track all your cash and tips. So if you have a cash drawer and you're doing tip outs during different shifts, this is again for more complex businesses that have maybe multiple staff and they just want to have $200 start and register, and they want to see what a shift looks like, and then have the basically the information translate really fluently. This is what the cash and tips do really well for those businesses. eHopper, as I mentioned, full-edged POS, 40,000 items for a whole bunch of different kind of verticals, but, employee management, it's kind of like the all-in-one POS built in. I think it's really competitive, when you're looking at other POS just for how much you get. It's on the Poynt terminal, it works on iPads, it works on ELO stations. So you have a little, versatile that if the merchant wants to have stations behind the counter, but then Poynt terminals out on the floor, they can do that with the eHopper. Kitchen display is kind of the bump screen, the KDS screen. You have the ability to set that up so they can pay a little bit more a month, and then they'll have the ability to utilize that on the Poynt terminal. And then Manglement, another one of our favorite applications. It's a integrated scheduler on their website, the merchant's website, that they can go in there. They can basically click their service, whether it be a haircut or whatever the health and beauty salon, basically services. They can select their favorite. They can select their favorite specialist. Basically, they go in, they pay on the Poynt terminal. Everything's integrated, so it's all kind of a seamless opportunity. But a lot of great features here to help them drive their business. It looks expensive, but truly comparative to like MindBody, it's actually pretty inexpensive. And I believe that it's $99 a month now. You can try it out first to get going, but really good again when it's competitive towards MindBody and some of those really expensive solutions. All right, let's keep going. And then appetizers and order ahead capabilities, where basically they can use an application, they can order ahead. They can actually white label an application for your merchant. So really good for large establishments or QSR that are interested in order ahead or order online. All of that's available on the appetizer application. All right, so here's my information here. I think it's all messed up. I have to go back there and edit it, but let me see if I can just do that right now. But it's pointsales@goboomdown.com, and I can help you out. Any questions or anything that we can go over a little bit more in detail, feel free to write them in right now, and then we can, we can chat a little bit more about, anything that you guys have questions on. But I don't see any questions right now. So yeah, feel free to chat in. If there's anything that I can go over, I'll kind of sit here for a moment. Anything that I can go over a little bit more in detail. And then we have all this available in our sales hub, and I have a sales knowledge base. So feel free to reach out to me as well. It's joey@goboomtown.com. And I'll chat that to everybody. Give me 1 second. Joey. And I'll give you access to our sales knowledge base, this deck, and our sales hub, which has all the third-party app information. So feel free to email me. We can get that over to you. Not seeing any questions or any chats. So let me know. I'll sit on here for a few more minutes. All right, great. Well, if we're good, then again, reach out to me directly. I can help out, and hopefully we'll all talk soon. Thanks so much for your time today.